Before Milwaukee got famous, America's leading brewing city was Philadelphia, and it was here in the Northern Liberties section where it all got started. In 1840, a German immigrant named John Wagner brewed America's first lager-style beer. Here's a historical marker to prove it. The great breweries of this neighborhood bubbled with ales and fine German-style lagers. They're closed now, and many of the old buildings have been converted to lofts, but you can still see the remnants of the likes of Schmidt's and Ortlieb's. Today, there are many great places in Northern Liberties to toss back a pint within just 3 or 4 blocks of here, including 700, North 3rd, Abbe, and Bar Ferdinand. But we're going to start here at the Standard Tap. That's the first beer of the day. I'm enjoying it at Standard Tap at the corner of 2nd and Poplar, and I'm here this morning with one of the owners, William Reed. William, tell me a little bit about the beer I'm enjoying here this morning.
Well, this has been one of our most popular beers ever since we put it on. It's the Dry Stout.
The Dry Stout, a lot like a Guinness Stout. Nice and foamy, rich, a little bit of bitterness.
Yeah, Brian's the brewer at Sly Fox Brewery in Phoenixville.
Sly Fox is just outside of the city in Phoenixville, which makes it a sort of typical beer for you to be serving at Standard Tap. You're known for serving all local beer.
Yeah, we serve all local beer here, and all draft beer, and there's several reasons for it. When Paul and I started this place, there's so many great brewers in Philadelphia and so many great beers, and nobody was featuring them. Nobody was rejoicing in the great beer we had here. And I wanted a place that sold local beer to really celebrate how great our local brewing is.
In addition to the all local beers, you also specialize here in local foods as well.
We really wanted the Standard Tap to have a real sense of place. We wanted it to be about Philadelphia and about Northern Liberties, about the neighborhood we're in. We really wanted to support our neighbors, support the farms that are nearby, support the brewers that are nearby. As a side benefit, local food is fresher, local beer is fresher, and it all kind of ties together. It makes sense, supporting your neighbors, but you're getting a better product, a fresher product too.
We talk a lot about pairing beer with food. I'm going to throw a tough one at you. What would be a great, one of your dishes at Standard Tap that would pair well with an O'Reilly's Stout?
I guess one of the classic pairings that you see with the Dry Stout, and which definitely works, is with raw oysters. There's something about the brininess of the oyster and the dryness of the Dry Stout, and it just goes perfectly. Another
great feature of Standard Tap is its age. It's been here for a long time. You can see, just taking a look around, at the history in the very walls that we're sitting at.
We don't have a definitive number on it. We think it's around 1810 to 1820 it was built. It was right in that range. As far as we can tell, it's been a bar the entire time, except for Prohibition, during which it was a pharmacy.
Well, I think it makes the beer drinking all that much more enjoyable. William, thanks a lot for the story of Standard Tap, and thanks for the O'Reilly's Stout.
Oh, thanks, Don. Cheers.
With more than 800 beers to go, the Foodery is the place to stop on your way home. Beers are just stacked in these huge coolers by country of origin. You've got Belgium, Spain, Italy, England, and of course, American craft beers. If you get a little bit confused, just ask the staff. They're very knowledgeable and help you out. And they'll even let you mix your own 6 to go. You really got 800 beers here, Jeff?
We really have 800 beers here, Joe.
Well, I get confused all the time when I come here. How do you keep them all sorted out?
We arrange them by regions. So we have an East Coast door for the Americans, a West Coast American door, a full door of Germans, 3 full doors of Belgians, a door full of the British Isles, and a door full of miscellaneous stuff too.
That's a lot of beer. Some pretty obscure countries too, right?
Yeah, there's a few in there, and little tiny ones.
What's the most popular country?
The most popular country is definitely the Americans. We sell more American craft beer than anything else.
There's quite a variety out there, and I know we get a lot of good Pennsylvania breweries too.
The legacies are great.
Legacy from Reading?
Legacy from Reading. They just released their Optimus Prime in bottles, so I'm very excited about that one.
What I like, though, is the mixed six-packs. Tell me, how does that work?
We allow you to mix anything, and you'll receive 10% off the single bottle price. You can do big bottles, little bottles, imports, domestics, so whatever you want, you can pick up and get a little discount on it.
That's good. What do you think of my selection here?
That one, the Hitachino XH, is great. It's a Belgian-style ale aged in sake barrels.
From Japan?
From Japan.
Unbelievable.
It's a great little craft brewery.
Cool. Well, ring me up.
Excellent.
Man, that is an amazing selection of beer. Foodery's open until midnight on the weekends. I can't wait to get these babies back home and toss them in the fridge. Outside Ortlieb's Jazz House, you can see remnants of the old brewery, a grain silo, an empty loading dock. Inside, it's one of the city's premier jazz hotspots, featuring local artists and national acts. You can enjoy Mickey Roker's house band over ribs or a Cajun dish and a nice cold glass of Anchor Steam beer. They don't make Ortlieb's beer anymore, but you can still get a taste of Philly beer history inside the Jazz House. I'm here with one of the owners, Kevin Mayberry. Kevin, tell me a little bit about the history of this place.
We just celebrated the 20th anniversary in October. Prior to that, it was a neighborhood bar for about 10 years. Before that, it was actually the beer break room for the employees of Ortlieb's Brewery.
I think most breweries had places like this for their employees to relax, have a beer, and have something to eat.
Absolutely.
Tell me a little bit about the food. We've got some great plates in front of us here.
We have our catfish fingers as well as our snow crab legs that are kind of staples on our menu, part of the Cajun flair to it. It's Cajun American. We just renovated the kitchen about a year ago. Brought in a new chef, and really kind of to ramp up, get the restaurant to the point where the jazz is. The jazz is world renowned. Playboy actually just rated us top 10 jazz clubs.
You have jazz here pretty much nightly.
6 nights a week we have jazz. Thursdays every now and then we'll mix it up and maybe do a little bit of blues or some funk, but generally it's straight ahead jazz.
Well, it is one of the great gems of Philadelphia. It's a place where you're guaranteed to come and hear some really good music and some great musicians. Any thought about bringing Ortlieb's back somehow to this bar?
I wish. I don't know who owns the recipes or what.
Well, this is Anchor Steam, which I got to tell you, I think this is the first bar I ever tasted this beer in, probably a good 25 years ago. Good food, good beer, and great music. Thanks for showing it all to me.
Thanks for coming in.
Hey, Warren. I hear that you're the man to talk to about the jazz at Ortlieb's Jazz House.
What's happening? Yeah, this is my passion, man. This is what I do.
Great place to play music.
Unfortunately, one of the few places left in the city with this kind of history of jazz. It's ridiculous.
What do you like about the Ortlieb's Jazz House?
The people come for the music and the food.
What's it like to play for the crowd here?
The crowd is so into the music. I remember one time we were tuning up and they started clapping. You know, this is a sophisticated crowd when it comes to the music, so you can't get up there and jive.
I love this place because it's a great atmosphere. It's sort of small, it feels very intimate. You're right next to the crowd here.
That's right. So the more they feed us, the more we feed them, and so the next thing you know, the audience is crazy, we're crazy, and everybody's jamming.
I like
That's
that.
how it should be.
For me, listening to jazz music and eating this great food and drinking great beer, it's a great combination.
Man, you can't do better than this, brother.
Okay, well, get back to your music.
All right, do something for you, man.
Thanks,
All right.
appreciate it.
Cool.